I guess I should probably close these up. Green screens, everyone! I usually have them closed all the time, but when my girlfriend comes over, you know, I'm not allowed. Sorry, I'm just showing my ass to the camera. Hi. I don't know why I chose to do this as my intro joke. Especially now, because I was just about to go upstairs and refill my drink. But, now instead of refilling my drink, I get to be thirsty, talk about refilling my drink, and never actually do it. So, you know, the smart decision. Anyways, that was a shitty intro joke. Alright, you probably read the title of the video. If not, good job autoplaying to me. I'm glad that I'm actually getting runs through, because not sure if that's actually happening. Anyways, yeah, Super Bundle. Random games that aren't free. Well, some of them are, but, you know. Anyways, I think you know it. If you don't, I used a random number generator, one for the page, and one for the item in the page, and then I just went here into the itch.io Super Bundle and chose one. Well, I went to one based on, you know, those two random numbers. It's not that hard. Game 1. I think I'm only gonna do 3 games today. What Happened to Survey Team 4 is the 3rd chapter in my One Day at a Time series. Well, I'm starting this from here. I'm pretty sure all 3 of the random generated ones are horror games. I'll see if I'll allow that. Anyways, charging beacon. Whatever that means. How Skyrim are the physics when climbing? Considering I can't jump, yeah. This is just where we're going now. So the physics are, like, super good. They're like beta Skyrim. Okay, they're not that bad. I don't know if people actually use that to describe climbing physics, but in my Skyrim experience, which isn't much by the way, I never actually got to play through the whole game. Basically, I just walked up a mountain. Like, not even following the path, just up the side of the mountain. Of course, I had to jump a hell of a lot, but easy enough. Like in Minecraft, you can most likely make it up a mountain without having to break any blocks if you're just good enough at parkour. But in Skyrim, I mean, you can't really edit the environment all that much. So, like, I'm following this path, but there doesn't really seem to be an end in sight. What's this on the ground? Yep. Well, that was an interesting data pad. Glad you could show. Okay. Mission log, Surveyor Evans. Davidson hasn't made it back, and they're not answering their radio. Cap sent me out to bring him back. I know they hung back to get a break from us. Mostly Anderson's aftershave, I'm guessing. Still nothing from Davidson. These auto lights aren't holding up well. They're losing power fast. I've been leaving spare ones all along the path, but I'm down to my last one. I'm hearing noises all around me. I don't know what they are, but they're getting closer. Can't find Davidson. My last auto light is fading. There's something out there in the dark. Okay. Not sure if that vibrating's in the game or from my house. I have a haunted house, by the way. It's pretty great. What if there's actually nothing here? It's nighttime. It's getting dark. Something's out there. Hear that? Oh no, a fork in the road. Quickly, left is always left. Actually, I don't think there's really a road here. No. Well, I tried to use my auto light, but I guess that didn't work.
2.
String Tyrant. Strange deck of playing cards. Stranger appearing from a sudden storm. The sheltering doorway of a lonely manor. Unliving dolls smiling emptily as they chase you down. They just want you to join them. Forever. Fun. Your name is Mary. You are a 16-year-old girl from Coventry, West Midlands, Egypt, England. This is Jessie, your best friend, even if she's from Sheffield. You've been inseparable since you met at the age of 8. This is Lauren, your little brother. You're walking him home after school to make sure nobody picks on him. It's a chilly, overcast day, as you usually do. You're taking a long, meandering path home. You're cutting through woods, killing time, and enjoying part of the day that isn't school. You always hop across the brook that runs through the forest near here. You take your time hopping across the shores so your shoes don't get wet. Lauren usually misses and splashes herself. This time is no exception. You and Jessie help him up, chuckling at him. He takes it with good humor. You continue along the path. The sky is darkening with threats of rain. You should probably hurry home. Wait, there's the brook you just crossed. Turn around. Jessie is as confused as you. Did you get lost? Did you turn the wrong way? You reorient yourself, change directions, and resume course for home. There's the brook. Again, there's a box sitting in the middle of the brook, resting on the stone. It was not there before. You walk over to check it. There's a picture of some sort of red devil creature on it. The box has text on it. Miss Wild's magic deck. Miss Wild? Cartoon imp? That's Miss Wild. Haven't you heard of her? No. Miss Wild's Wild Adventures is the best show on TV. She travels around the land, getting into wacky adventures and using her magic card deck to set right the wrongs in the world. I didn't know she had merchandise. You pick up the box. You think someone dropped it? Note falls out from the box. It reads, "It has to be fair. Good luck." We're gonna be late. It's gonna rain any second. Open the box later. Come on. Look inside. You look inside. It's a collection of cards with different suits: fire, water, sword, and shield. You idly tap a fire card. You swear it feels warm for a second. The sky opens up, rain pours onto you, chilling you to the bone. It is frigid, a kind of cold you've not felt in the coldest winter. Later, let's go. The three of you start running as wind picks up. You run in the direction you think is the right way. There's the brook. Again, only this time there's someone standing there. They're wearing a heavy brown trench coat, covering their face and body. Every instinct in your body tells you not to call out, to not alert them of your presence. They turn to face you. A distant burst of lightning, followed by the crack of thunder a few seconds later. It illuminates the brook. You see a glint, a white mask, a vicious intent. Something is deeply wrong. Your feet are moving before you've even figured out what is happening. You grab Lauren and run. The three of you run as quickly as you can, without time for a word to pass between you into the woods. You think you can see a house in the distance. You're not sure who lives there, and it doesn't matter at all. You need to call the police, call for help. Then the stranger is in front of you, between you and the house. The three of you stop dead in your tracks. You take the front. The stranger advances on you. You try to catch sight of their face, but the mask is dark beneath and covers her completely. It doesn't matter. You shout at Lauren to run for home. With a shove, you send Jesse after him. The stranger lunges. You dart behind a tree, your heart pounding through your chest. The stranger misses, recovers, and tries to grab you again. Grabbing a nearby stick, you swing it at the stranger. The stick roars like an open flame as it slices through the air. It connects, and they double over. Adrenaline surges. You run. As fast as your legs will carry you. You run towards the house. Your breath gives out. You're near the front door. The rain pounds. Whoever was in the woods did not follow you. Maybe you lost them. Maybe they're still watching and waiting. You look around briefly. No sign of Jesse or Lauren. You hope they're in the house. You hope that whoever lives here can help. Something about this place is strange, off, wrong. You need time to find your brother and your friend before you do anything else. Time to get going. The tragic tale of Max Corber. The story has 3 chapters. Read a chapter with Read Blue Storybook 1, 2, 3. This is the story of Max Corber. Max was a mountain climber and the finest in the land. There was no peak he could not brave. He climbed the tallest mountain and the smallest mountain, the steepest cliff. There was no challenge to him. Max loved to climb. One day Max was hiking in the mountains of Scotland. There were many tough cliffs to conquer, and Max defeated them one by one. His planned route contained no less than 7, but Max was up for the challenge. When Max climbed up the 5th cliff, he saw something odd in the distance. A lonely manor estate tucked into the hills, surrounded by boulders and steep cliffs. It seemed impossible. How could a building be built in such a mountainous terrain? Who would live there? Max needed to know, so he made his way up to the manor. When Max stood before it, he felt a chill blow through his jacket. Max was tough, prepared for the cold, and accustomed to hardship. There was something about this place that scared even him. Max knocked on the door and, to his surprise, was almost immediately answered. A lady stood before him, dressed in a smock stained with paints. She ushered him in and called for her servants to prepare for their guest. Max was taken aback, but could not turn down their hospitality. The servants took his coat and offered to prepare a bath. They were all very polite, but somewhat odd. Max thought they'd seemed awfully stiff and cold, but he was sure that his eyes were playing tricks on him. The daylight was fading and the shadows grew long. He was tired. He ate well that night, slept soundly in the room made for him. When he awoke, he looked around in shock. The manor lay in total disrepair. The walls had holes in them, cobwebs infested every corner, and there was no sign of the polite people who had taken care of him the night before. Puzzled, Max searched the manor. He searched high and low, but found nary a clue. The place was abandoned. He fetched his coat, still near the entrance, and immaculate compared to the dismal building. He prepared to leave. He stepped outside and looked down. Clouds as far as he could see. There was no ground beneath him, none beneath the house. It was as though he was on a rock floating in the sky. Max stumbled backwards into the house again. There was some mistake. This was some dream. As he did, he bumped into something firm. It clutched him in its cold plastic hands. Max tried to scream as he looked into the eyes of the gothic doll girl who held him. Nothing came out. His mouth had turned to plastic. Soon the rest of him followed, and Max slumped listlessly in the hands of the doll girl. The creator took the blank doll and dressed it. She made it into a pretty princess. The princess loved adventure. The princess was a good, obedient little dolly, and the princess wrote down her silly dream about the man named Max Corber, just in case her creator wanted to read it. Max Corber was never seen again. The end. A stone slab with strange glyphs on it, some unknown language. As you look at it, the glyphs seem to blur. A moment later, the glyphs unblur, and are written in plain English, somehow. My name is Eileen, and I welcome you to the afterlife, or at least, That is what I assume this place is, for I am certain I died before I came here. I had been stabbed and was left bleeding to death. Closed my eyes and awoke here, fresh and unharmed. If this is not the afterlife, then where could it be? I was a hunter when I lived, and I find this place populated by people who attack me, die, and then stand where I defeat them. I made many mistakes. If this is my punishment, so be it. It is tradition among those in my profession to leave messages for those who come later in the hunt. I'll write what I learn. Good luck. Leather jacket. I'll take it. I found Lauren. We should talk Lauren with him. Mary, oh thank the Lord. I was so scared. Well, don't be. I'm here now. What happened? Where are we? Who are those plastic girls? I don't know. All I know is that we're getting out of here. Follow me. Are you sure? It's not safe out here. Stay with me. We'll look for some place less dangerous, okay? Okay. Lauren will now follow you. You should find a safe place for him. And... it's somewhere here. This is the place. I think we should be safe here for the time being. Hello, ma'am. Do you live here? Oh my goodness. Did you make a new friend, little one? Oh, but she's a little off, isn't she? I'm Lauren. I'm a boy. Don't be ridiculous, little one. Pygmalion says with a laugh. She might be a little loopy, Lauren, but I don't think she's actually dangerous. Let's try not to upset her. My little one. Talking about your creator as if she's not listening in? Naughty, naughty. Okay. I know this place might be tough, but could you stay here? I'm sure Jessie is someplace nearby. I'm going to look for her. Stay here with her? Keep your distance and be polite. Okay. I'll be back soon with Jessie. Hello, darling. Aren't you adorable? My name is Pygmalion. Pleased to meet you. Mary, you reply. Mary? What a sweet name. Not sure how I got here. Where are we? What is this place? Those are complicated and very silly thoughts, little one. You don't need to have those thoughts. No, not at all. Come again? What are you talking about? No deference, no submission. You're not ready yet, but you will be. Can't wait. Despite looking at you and speaking to you, Pygmalion only seems to be partially aware of your presence. She doesn't seem dangerous, though. Have you seen Jessie yet? I'm worried about her. Not yet. Anything happen while I was away? Pygmalion seems to think I'm a girl, but she keeps to herself and just smiles at me. I'll go look for Jessie. Stay here. Love letter. To Mary. I've never been good at confessing my feelings, but I've spent 2 weeks writing and rewriting this letter, so here goes. I have feelings for you, not just as a friend, but more than that. When I'm with you, Jessie made a spelling mistake. My stomach gets all tight, and I get goosebumps. I like you. I know we've been best friends for years, and I don't want to make this weird, so if you don't return my feelings, I won't mention it again. But if you find this note, and you do, just, well, I don't know, say talk to Jessie Goatsicle. So I know you read it and want to be with me. I don't know. There are several more crossed out words, apparently previous attempts by Jessie to write the same letter. Well, that's nice. Doll smiles at you and approaches. Hello, guest. Will you be staying with us long? Not likely. Just what are you exactly? Why, I'm a doll, silly. Plastic skin, ball joints. You've never seen one? Not as big as you, and certainly not walking around. You're funny. Wanna play? Marbles, checkers, maybe tic-tac-toe? I don't want to play. I'm trying to find my way home. You don't want to play? Don't be ridiculous. Stay with us. It'll be fun. No. Well then, maybe a new game. How about tag? Come here. Without a drip of insincerity, the doll comes for you. Defend yourself. Okay. Leather gloves. Gives one shield when combat starts. I'll take it. You see Jesse here. Mary, Jesse shouts, running up to you. Thank goodness. What happened? How did we get here? Where are we? Don't know. Don't know and don't know, respectively. You reply with a shrug. Been hiding from things. Have you seen them? If you're talking about those animated puppets, then yes. What are we gonna do? What if those things get us? We can outrun them, I think. Don't lose your cool. I think the main hall is a safe spot. That's where I left Lauren. Haven't heard any crying since then, so I think it's it's gotta be a good spot. Follow me. Okay. Jesse will now follow you. You should escort her back to the main hall. Hey, Jesse. What if I said a silly word to you? Huh? I made it up just now. I just made it up now. Goatsicle. Are you serious, Mary? Found your note. You must have dropped it. I like you too, Jesse. I just thought I was the only one, so I kept it to myself. It's a bad time, right? Yeah, I can drop it. Jesse just casually kisses me. I'm sorry, was that too fast? No, it's totally okay. I just didn't think my first kiss was gonna happen in a creepy mansion in the middle of the forest. Yeah, I guess it is a bad time to make out. But hold my hand until we get out of here? Deal. Well, that's fun. This is the place. Look at all your friends, little one. You have so many, and they're disobedient, unruly, independent. Is there a problem, ma'am? Just like it said. Just like it said. I have to go check something. Quickly. What's with that lady? Again. I said it wasn't, but it was. The great throbbing glow returns with each step. They must be stopped. Pingly, what's wrong? Stop them! Stop them! Can't let them have pieces, or all ends in ash. Was it something I said? Should we go after her? I think so. This place doesn't seem so safe, all of a sudden. I can't quite place it. I want to go home. Follow me. In our haste, Pingly seems to have dropped some things that look important. Well, we got a heart key, which I will take. Journal page. You pick it up and take a closer look at it. Then map piece, I'll take it. Not the love letter. Journal page. Some of the pages are missing. You currently have pages. My name is Sarah Leanne. I'm writing this November of the year 1957. I do not know what day it is. I don't even know if it's still November as I write this. It's been so many days that I lost track. I'm writing this because I realized that I'm forgetting things the longer I'm here. I realized yesterday that I could no longer remember going to primary school. I can remember that I went there, but I cannot remember what I did there, if I did anything. I cannot remember the people I went with, the teachers who taught me, or what I did before and after. It is all gone. I fear that as I stay here longer, I will lose more. So I am writing that I have here while I can. Stranger Neil is defeated. Before your eyes, the body fades out of existence, leaving only a mask hovering in place. The mask looks at you, repairs the bullet hole in it very slightly. Then it too fades out. It will be back. Next time, it may not be defeated so easily. The people in this place do not present much difficulty, for I am experienced in the arts of death, but they have no blood and merely reform sometime after being defeated. It is disheartening. I've been wandering here for some time. When I try to leave through the woods, I find myself back where I started. If there is a way out, I do not know where it is. I've been trying to conserve my strength, but I know I will need sleep eventually, and that the hollow-jointed girls will not. I know I will succumb eventually. Damn, 6... Wait. The story has 5 chapters. Read White Storybook 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, or 6. Mia traveled for most of her life. She was second to none with a sword and sold her services to any daimyo with a coin to buy it. She never stayed in the same place for long, always seeking the next big adventure and the next big payout. One day, Mia found the manor of the secret of samurai. She had heard the samurai had powers unheard of elsewhere. Mia wanted to see for herself if they were real. She entered the manor after receiving no answer to her knocks. She dared to not cause offense. Should the rumors about the samurai be true, she was quiet and careful. She wandered the house. The floor did not squeak. The floor did not creak. The wind did not blow. The birds did not sing. The manor was quiet. Perhaps no one was here? Then she heard it. I have numlock on, but I guess it doesn't recognize that. Far away, someone was giggling. Mia strained her ears to catch the faint laughter. Something about it unnerved her. She found a side room and ducked inside, concealing herself behind a bookcase. The giggle repeated, louder and closer. Mia unsheathed her sword, ready. 3 attackers appeared in the dim outline of the manor's door. They lunged towards her and met her steel. They cut apart easily, heads falling to the side. The giggling continued from their severed heads. Mia understood the samurai's awful magics. 2 more of the giggling attackers appeared and came for her. She sliced them apart, the same as the others. Giggling from the fallen heads was beginning to unnerve her. The giggling receded into the distance, and as Mia pressed on, she could hear the clacking of joints as they searched for her. She found a place to hide, concealing herself behind a bookcase. Then the silence broke. Mia listened, straining. Something bigger, heavier was in the manor. There was only one giggling. "Where are you?" a voice asked, from somewhere far away. Mia held her breath and kept her eyes focused on the entrance to the room. A giggle pierced the silence. Closer. "Where are you?" the voice repeated. The heavy footsteps drew nearer. Silence. Mia waited, staring, straining. Why had the footsteps gone still? Her mind raced. What sort of magic made a person's skin hard and joints rotate? Mia's eyes widened as she realized that there was a face concealed in the darkness. How long it had been looking for her. "Found you." Mia sprung from her hiding place, her sword ready. The creature showed itself, blocking the doorway and grinning at her. It gleamed in the dark, glowing yellow against the black. It looked like the others, but its skin was translucent, like the sap of a tree. Mia leapt forth and was struck. Her blade carved through the girl's neck, in one end and out the other. The resin formed as her blade left it. The girl smiled at her. Mia struck again and again, slashing through the girl. Each blow sailed through her body. Was she harming it? The girl continued to smile at her. Then it struck. It grabbed her by the throat. Mia coughed and struggled. It was fast, very fast. Faster than her, and far faster than the others. "Got you." The girl held her by the throat and lifted her off the ground. Mia dropped the sword. She struggled to breathe, her feet kicking at the empty air. The girl continued to smile, and Mia felt its grip tighten. The girl's grip tightened more and more, squeezing her. Mia struggled and felt the girl's hand spread. It seemed to grow larger. It continued to squeeze, but it also seemed to be covering more and more of her. It flowed down over her body and up her neck. It reached her face and flowed into her mouth. It spread up to her eyes, and she could no longer see anything but golden sap. She choked and fought, but her strength was fading. She tried one last time to break the grip of the girl, but her hands were limp. She could not move. Her hands were covered with yellow sap, and she lost consciousness. Mia woke. She was in a different room than where she had last lost consciousness, but she was alive. She groped the dim light for her sword, but found nothing. She felt odd, stiff. Was it a dream? The dim light shattering and the opening of a distant door. Mia turned to see it, the outline of a tall, thin woman in it. A corona of brilliant light surrounded her. The woman walked towards her. Stand. Mia stood up. The light reflected on her skin. Her skin was like amber, and golden resin like the girl's that had grasped her. She tried to open her mouth to scream, but nothing came out. Come to me. Her legs sprung to life. She moved towards the woman. She fought herself, but command was stronger than her will. Kneel. She kneeled before the woman. The magician must be the cause. If she could kill the sorceress, she could break whatever curse held her. She would need to bide her time, and choose her moment. Obey. Her mind began to fade. Thoughts of rebellion left her. This woman was her creator. She would obey her for the rest of time. Her creator took her nude body and dressed it in finery. She would be a powerful warrior in service of her creator. As her mind began to wear, her creator gave her one task before it was no more. She would write about the dream she had. The dream of the legendary warrior Mia Himura. The end. I do not know how I got here. What I remember was walking home one night from town after the dance. I saw a huge building in the moonlight where the old Finster farmhouse should have been, and I decided to look into it. I saw nothing. I left, doubled back to the road. I continued on the path home. Then I then passed a junction. I looked to my right again, and there, in the light of the moon, I saw the same building, same outline, same size. I walked straight away from the building, figuring I had gotten lost, and as I walked, I found that I was at the building again, this time behind it. It was impossible. I stayed outside for a while. Eventually I realized that even if I went straight home, I would never make it before the sun came up. I was growing too tired to continue walking, so I went inside. The door wasn't locked and nobody was home. The place was decrepit, even older than the Finster farmhouse had been. I tried to sleep, but was too scared. I ended up laying awake, waiting for the sun to come up, but the sun didn't come up. It stayed night. It's still night right now. I'm writing in this journal again, something at least somewhat heartening. It has been some time since I last wrote. I don't know how many days. Someone came to visit. She was dressed in tribal clothing, made of leathers and simple cloth. She looked like the natives' people, but her skin was darker. She yelled and swore at me in a language I could not understand. I didn't need to. Angry yelling transcends the barriers of language. There isn't a reservation for a long way from my home. The woman has simple stone tools with her, and what looks like a knife carved from obsidian. I've seen the tools before in picture books. They're from South America. I think they were called the Mayans or the Aztecs. The woman and I didn't get on too well, but she calmed down after a few days when it became clear I wasn't the one who brought her here. I don't think she's even seen a white person before. She's restless. She wanders all over the building. I don't know what she's looking for. We're stuck here. She tried to leave earlier and came right back, looking confused. That's how I felt too. I told her my name. She says it's funny, like Sura. She says her name is Era. I guess I say it wrong too, because she giggles when I say it. I don't know how you spell it. I tried my best. We've been here for a long time. There are beds. There are beds. We sleep in them when we get tired. When we're tired. When we wake up, it's still night. It's always night. Sometimes, if we search, there's food in the house. I don't know how it gets there. Water too. Sometimes it rains. Sometimes there's glasses full of stuff sitting near the beds. I don't question it. I did at first. I was wary. Thought it was ghosts or magic or something. I don't know. But I know when I got thirsty, I had to drink it. So, that is a game. I didn't expect to play that as long as I did. No, that's pretty good. I think, just like No Delivery, I think I'm gonna play that just on my channel. But, it's 11:30, so I'm going to bed. See you next time with Cardiac.
3,
Last and certainly not least is Cardiac. And the reason it's not least is because what happened to Survey Team 4 was not good. Cardiac is a surreal horror experience created for Halloween. Sounds fun. Oh, this is the Unreal Engine, isn't it? Please don't tell me this is gonna be like Fugue in the Void. Okay, this doesn't seem to be going well. My meaty form really is acting weird. Controlling this definitely not easy. Oh, I kind of get it. So I have to throw my tentacles out, and then when I left click, I get pulled towards them. Seems simple enough, even if it's laggy as hell. I'm trying to go over there, not over to the left. I'm trying to stay in the center of the hallway, but it just keeps pushing this way. They don't really have much control over this thing. A very beautiful blob, though. Even if I am running at 5 frames per second. A bit through the floor there. Let's... Yeah, I don't think there's any recovering. Maybe I was wrong about this not being the least. Come up really fast and hope you clip through again. Yeah! I'm not sure if I'll increase the brightness in editing or not, because I'm not even sure if increasing the brightness in editing will even help. Did I clip through the floor again? No. Okay. Is that a mirror? Sorry, I just woke up. Is there seriously nothing? A little bit more fucking direction would help. In the beginning it was fine, but now here, it's just one big open area. I don't see where the hell I'm supposed to go. And I turned on my auto right clicker. So far it's going fine. I'd say a little laggy, but that's just this game all the time. So this is just the edge of the world. Well, it was nice knowing you. And by nice knowing you, I mean not at all. And I bestow upon you the lowest reward I can give anything. Bad. If you all enjoyed, like, comment, subscribe, whatever the fuck you want to do. I'll see you in the next video. Bye.